7 of them sat around. For 3 whole days they wept for Snow White. Then they were going to bury her, but she just still looked so alive with her pretty red cheeks. They said, they cannot put her in the cold dark earth. And so they had a coffin of glass made, so that she could be seen from all sides. They laid her in it, and wrote her name on it in gold letters. And they put that she was daughter of a king. They placed the coffin up on the mountain, and one of them always guarded it. Birds came to weep for Snow White. First an owl, then a raven, and finally a dove. And now Snow White lay for a very long time in her glass coffin, as though she were only sleeping, still as white as snow, as red as blood, with hair as black as ebony.
It happened, though, that a king's son came to the forest, and he went to the dwarf's house to stay the night. And he saw the coffin glinting like a mirror on the mountain, and he saw Snow White inside. And he said to the dwarfs, "Let me buy the coffin. I'll give you anything you name for it."
But the dwarves answered that they wouldn't part with it, not for all the treasure in the world.
"Then there's a gift. My heart cannot beat without seeing Snow White, and I'll honour and cherish her above all else."
Because he spoke like this, the dwarves pitied him and gave him the coffin. The king called his servants to come and carry it away. But whilst they were lifting it, one tripped on a tree root, and with that, a piece of poisoned apple that Snow White had swallowed came in her throat.
Heavens, where am I?
"You're with me." And he told her what had happened, and he said, "Snow White, I love you more than my heart can hold. Come to my father's palace, be my wife."
Snow White was willing and did go with him.
And their wedding was held with much show and circumstance.
Snow White's stepbrother was bidden to the feast.
When she was dressed in her best jewels and finery, she danced to her mirror and queried, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who in this land is fairest of all?"
You are the old queen, that much is true, but the new young queen is much fairer than you.
Then the queen cursed and swore, and was so demented, so wretched, so distraught that she could hardly think. At first, she wouldn't go to the feast, but she had no peace and had to see the young queen, so she went.
And she walked in and saw that it was Snow White. She was unable to move with fear and rage. She stood like a statue of hate. But iron dancing shoes had been heating by the fire, and Snow White had them brought to her stepmother. She was forced to put them on and then made to dance. She danced and danced, 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 and she danced out of the palace and was never seen